The hot tub curmudgeon can find a hot tub many places. This one is in Richland. Last night I was sitting in this hot tub looking up at the stars, and I was telling my wife about a true story. Now this here is a true story. This man, that's a friend of my brother with whom I am staying, had taken his father's ashes to be buried on the Nez Perce reservation, and after they found the absolute perfect place for his father's ashes, in the story he mentioned that his father's absolute favorite word in the Nez Perce language was the word for butterfly. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, so after they'd found a great place for his ashes, there were 6 of them sitting around thinking and talking about the old man, and a large butterfly, large enough that they could hear his wings clapping, came flying at them and then hovered in front of each of their faces. Now, each of the 6 people has reported that, yeah, that's what the butterfly did. And after hovering in front of each of the 6, it came back and hovered in front of the faces of the man's 2 sons. And then the butterfly flew away. So in the dark last night in this hot tub, I said to my wife, I think if you step in front of a bus, I will wait a month or 2 for a German Shepherd puppy to be whelped, and then I will go find you in a German Shepherd puppy. And she said, I'm not sure I'd come back as a German Shepherd. Well, I do. And it reminded me of a poem by Jack Gilbert. I did not think Michiko would come back after she died, but if she did, I knew it would be as a lady in a long white dress. It is strange then that she has returned as someone's Dalmatian. I see the man walking her every day, and I will stop to pet her. And he says she is never like that with other people. And sometimes as I walk, I see her sitting on their lawn, and I will stop and sit, and she will put her head in my lap and look at me with her large liquid eyes. And I will tell her small things of my days and our friends, and it makes her happy the way it always did. So, okay, now I've been asking you, who the hell are you out there? What animal do you want to come back as? Myself, I want to come back as a male. I don't know about a female. I want to come back as a male monkey that is found in Brazil on the Atlantic coast. This monkey has some very, very interesting and unique anatomical features. You gotta take me for coffee if you want to know more about this monkey's anatomical features that would cause me to elect to come back as that monkey. There's the story of Elmer and Yalmer, very, very close brothers, and one of them dies, but he promises before he dies that he'll let Elmer know what there is in the next life. And so Yalmer is working around the place, and he gets a phone call, and when he picks up the phone, there's this just scratchy bad connection, and it's Elmer yelling, Yalmer, I wanted to let you know I'm here. I'm okay, I'm good. Yalmer, well, what is it, Elmer? What's it like? And he says, well, You know what? I get up in the morning, I drink some water, and I eat some grass, and I have breakfast. I mean, I eat some breakfast, and then I do a lot of screwing until about 10 o'clock, and then I take a nap. And at lunchtime, I have something more to eat, and I do a whole lot of screwing until 3 or 4. And then about 4, I eat some more until about 5, and then maybe a little bit of screwing after that, and then it's bedtime, and it's pretty much like that every day. And Yelmer says, "Whoa, that's what heaven is like." I said, "Heaven? Heaven? No, no, no. Yelmer, I'm a bull in North Dakota." Well, now here's something else I've been thinking about as I'm here in sunny Richland, Washington. Richland has a meme. Their high school picked as their mascot the mushroom cloud and the name the Bombers. Their high school is the Richland Bombers. Now, in the beginning when they chose it, they chose it because there were fund drives during the Second World War, and the high school raised enough money to buy a B-24 bomber to go over and teach the Germans a lesson. But after the war, they found out what had been going on out there at Hanford that helped end the war, and so they adopted the mushroom cloud as their as the symbol of their mascot, which was the bomber. Okay. Now, I'm going to say that mushroom cloud for Richland High School is a meme. And the complex idea that it communicates is that a whole lot of American lives were saved by not having to invade the island of Japan. And the war came to a very quick ending. But more importantly, if you look at how international wars, world wars, were increasing in frequency and in scope from about the time of the what we call the French and Indian War. So here's a war between France and England, and it's involving us, and I think it involves some other countries. Then you got Napoleon, and Napoleon's got a war going all the way from Russia through Portugal, and down into Egypt and Italy. So then more and more wars coming after that. You got to expect that had the bomb not been invented after the Second World War, we would have seen another world war almost immediately. Patton wanted to arm the SS and use them to go after the Ruskies, and MacArthur wanted to invade China. So everything was in place to have more wide world wars, but for the bomb. Put a stop to it. I owe my life to the bomb. My wife, her father was an underwater demolition team, UDT, the precursor to the SEALs. And so he was not required to go into Japan to reconnoiter, and very likely would have died in the effort to invade Japan. Didn't have to. My wife owes her life to the bomb. So then I've been thinking about memes and culture. And I've talked about that American culture is actually an anti-culture. If you define culture as those things that you're allowed to be and allowed to do and how you're allowed to do them, and all the things you're not allowed to be and not allowed to do, well, then American culture is on a voyage of destroying those norms. And the French are quite correct in pointing out that we have no culture. And in fact, we are an anti-culture. And our culture is attractive to young indigenous people who don't care to be governed by the norms and expectations of the old men. So, but then, there has to be some sense of quote unquote culture, opera, theater, books, etc. And so what if, along with these norms of behavior, culture is also that collection of memes, by which I mean the symbols that quickly and succinctly communicate complex ideas. And in fact, ideas that may be so complex that the communication of them through the symbol is ambiguous. We're not sure. So, for example, Huckleberry Finn. We can't agree on Huckleberry Finn because of the use of a very objectionable word. And yet, here's this powerful description of the kind of screwed up morality that developed in the American South. But it's not okay. Anyway, I'm trying to say that a meme in a culture could be ambiguous, could have more than one meaning. Hell, might have contradictory meanings. So I'd like to know what you think are some of the memes of our culture. I'm having trouble thinking of any, and I'm wondering if it is because an anti-culture hasn't got very many. You'd think that Mount Rushmore would be a meme and communicate. It doesn't. It's just a bunch of old faces up there. Every kid in America has read The Little Engine That Could. And so you'll be in a business meeting and it'll come out, I think I can. And then we did it, and I thought I knew I could. If you ain't read The Little Engine That Could, you need to go get it, because, you might have kids or nieces and nephews, and you're going to need to know The Little Engine That Could. There we have it today, the hot tub curmudgeon in the hills above Richland, Washington, whose mascot is the Bombers.